Hi, I am just about to roll up in my room at Coral Cove Wellness in Jamaica.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes.
We're about 36 hours into our trip already. I really wanted to take the first 36 hours just as a very relaxing vacation, and it's been amazing so far. We had a very long travel day here, but it was so worth it the second we got here because it's so beautiful. Coral Cove arranged a driver to pick us up at Montego Bay and drive us here. It was about an hour and a half drive, but he stopped to get us some border jerk is what it was called. It was jerk chicken, which is what Jamaica's known for, but on the border of two parishes. Jamaica's split up into parishes, like states. And so Montego Bay is in St. James, and Little Bay, where we're staying, is in Westmoreland. And the jerk chicken was amazing. We also got a rum punch, and the rum punch was like $4. The jerk chicken was like $10, and both were super, super good. We were so hungry after traveling too, so it was awesome that he stopped for us. He was really great. He told us a lot about Jamaica on the way in. It was just cool to drive in and see the roads and all the local people. We saw cows on the side of the road, chickens on the side of the road, pigs on the side of the road. And it's so lush and green. It was so beautiful. And then once we got to the resort, it is more than I could have wanted. Our room is so beautiful. We literally are looking right out at the ocean. We have a nice balcony that we've been sitting out on watching the stars. There's a bar, there's meditation point, there's the main house. There's this little cove, Coral Cove, where we were swimming and snorkeling and paddleboarding yesterday. We took the paddleboard out like past the little cove right out into the open ocean, and we did some snorkeling and diving there, and it was so cool to see all the fish and all the coral and just the deep ocean. Let's go against the tide. We came out on a little sunset paddleboard ride. It's so nice, you can just leave this little cove straight out to the open ocean. Pan out this way. The food has been great. You can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the resort. Maurice, the chef, is so good. Last night, my boyfriend had the curried goat, which our driver had recommended. He did warn us, though, that they keep the bone in the goat, so you have to be careful while you eat it, and there was lots of bones in it, so I'm glad he warned us about that. But it was so, so, so good. Really, really good. My boyfriend said he's going to get it for dinner every night now. What did I have last night? Oh, I had the Rasta pasta, and that was 10 out of 10 too. Our waitress, Diane, said she was impressed with the work I did on the pasta. And I think I did a lot of work on the pasta because I had just smoked some of this sour Skittles, which was a super cool story in itself. Yesterday during lunch, my boyfriend had ordered a drink from the bartender, Yang, and Yang noticed that I was smoking a joint instead of drinking. So he said he knew a local guy who would hook me up with some good local greens. And I was like, awesome, I would love that. And so then during dinner, he just came up and dropped this bag onto the table for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much. Because the resort does have weed, but they're just like, they're pretty small bags. They did have multiple options, which was nice. I got to pick what I wanted. I picked the Dark Star, which was an indica, and it was really good, but it was making me pretty sleepy. So I wasn't smoking it that often. It was more of like a body, very relaxed, casual high. And this is definitely more of a head high. Wait, I'll get into that story later. Let me finish the story about how I got the weed. Where was I? While we were eating dinner last night, Yang came by, dropped this bag off on the table. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much. Smelled it, smelled so good. And I was like, how much do I owe you for this? And he's like, oh, my guy's just out front. You could pay him tonight, you could pay him tomorrow morning. He said, whatever you can pay him is cool. They're so casual about the money here. We asked about tipping too, and they were like, whatever you can tip is appreciated. They just want to make sure you're having a good time, and we just want to make sure we're tipping so that we're being respectful, because they've all been so great and so friendly and just so helpful. So then I had to go through the rush of figuring out how much to pay for it. I think I paid about 45 bucks. And so it was just a very cool experience meeting a local farmer like that and getting a whole bag of grains. I think I was saying this earlier and then I lost my train of thought, but the resort offers little like dime bags almost of weed, and I went through that pretty quick. The first day I only made 2 joints out of that. Oh, also the only papers they have here are just like these RZA king size rolling papers with no filters. So I've been having to roll with no filter, which is really hard, and my joints are not looking pretty, but they're smokable and it's good stuff. So note to self, bring your own like accessories and whatever you want. I feel like you can bring it in, bring your own papers, bring your own filters, maybe even bring your own piece if you are wanting to smoke from a piece. One of the guys staying here has all of his shit with him. We've been seeing him around the resort with his bong. I think he has like a dab rig, definitely has lots of his own papers. So pro tip, bring your own accessories. They'll provide plenty of weed though. And Coral Cove does have like little things you can purchase. I did get this little grinder, which is cute. It's perfect little souvenir. Actually, maybe I should get my mom one too. And they have these like little one hitters too. So you have options here, but if you want your own, I think you would definitely be cool bringing it. Okay, I'm gonna roll this joint really quick. I was pretty impressed with myself too last night when they dropped off this weed, because I looked at the name and smelled it, Sour Skittles, and it smells like pretty tropical. Tropical but earthy and a little citrusy. So I knew it was going to be more sativa leaning, which it was. And so it was kind of funny we smoked it at dinner, but it was perfect for dinner actually, because it made my boyfriend and I super giggly. It made the food taste so good and I was so hungry. Obviously, I said I finished the whole rasta pasta. It just made me so present and like clear-headed, but very like fun and giggly and just thoughtful. So we really enjoyed dinner. We giggled the whole night, and I said your jewel is in your goat. Ew. And then we got some dessert to go, which we brought up to our room, left in our room so that we could go down to like the beach rock area and just look up at the stars, because you can see so many more stars here. It's so beautiful at night. And my boyfriend has like this little star finder app we pulled up, and we found a bunch of constellations, and you could actually like see the constellations. Like the pictures were really coming together, which was so cool. I was pretty high by the end of the night too. I smoked a whole joint of this and we just talked until like 11 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, this lion cloud is tripping me out. I feel like as it moves, it's still looking more and more like a lion.
Yeah, the fucking roar. Yeah, the beak. What do you like? The
yeah,
mouth?
now it's kind of getting more of a face.
Yeah, it has a full-on like.
Ew, it's freaking me out.
It was right over Leo when it passed too. That's so cool. I mean, I don't know. That still looks like a lion's mouth to me.
I see it in your picture.
Like I think I'll look back on that one and be like, actually, that was fucking looked like a lion for real.
I'm curious to see what I think about it tomorrow morning.
Me too. There's something over there. I think it was Aries. Oh yeah, Aries.
Oh, the 3?
Yeah, this one's harder to find.
Yeah, those I'm not even. They're like the brightest ones right off the horizon.
Oh, where are they?
Right here, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, there they are. I see them. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
Oh yeah, the little tip of the button.
Yeah, that's definitely a very dim constellation.
Well, and like I don't see Aries at all. I see 4 in a line.
Oh yeah, they said that's a what animal is it?
Aries?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a fish?
That's Pisces.
What is Aries?
I don't know. It looked like a fucking like sheep to me.
Look at it again. Oh yeah. It was like a goat, because then you said you had curried goat.
Oh yeah, it was a goat. Yummy, Aries.
Thank you, Aries.
Thanks, Aries.
Okay, I really have to pee.
Okay.
Good stargazing sesh.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back up to our room, ate our dessert, played a card game. We're playing, how do you say it? Melbourne? A classic racing game. It's French. It's really fun and super easy. And smoking This is actually some of the Dark Star I got earlier. I felt like the sour Skittles was a little bit more sativa-y. So now this is the end of the night and I'm gonna switch to the Dark Star and win a game finally. Update, I lost majorly, but the chocolate cake was really good. And the pineapple flambe. It's flambe.
I think so.
That Jeremy just discovered isn't just a topping for the chocolate cake. And then passed out. It was a perfect day. So I'm going to roll some of this up now, and then we're gonna head down to breakfast. They have like a free continental breakfast, which is like bread and muffins and porridge and oatmeal and fruit. And then yesterday morning we added hash browns and sausage, which were like $4 each. And that was a perfect addition with our fruit bowl. Fruit was amazing. So fresh. We got pineapple, papaya, banana. The banana was really good. Maybe the best banana I've ever had. And I think it's about the same breakfast every morning, so probably have the same thing. What I love too is I just feel so comfortable here. Like we're leaving our door open, we're leaving all of our shit out in our room. I just like when we go swimming, I'll just leave my towel and my phone and my shorts out anywhere. There's so little people staying here. I think it's us, the couple next to us, and like maybe 3 single people. It's great for single people. It's great for couples. I feel like even if all the rooms are full here, there's still so many little private spots you can go. But then I've also seen people like eating dinner together. So it just depends on what you want. They also offer psychedelics. So if you wanted to trip, you could do that here. And I feel like it's perfect because, like I said, you have so much privacy, but they also have guides. MJ, I think we're gonna meet her tomorrow. She leads like psilocybin ceremonies if you wanted to do that. She's also gonna do a little sound bath and meditation for us, which I'm really excited about. And they're weed friendly, obviously. So like I'm just gonna take this joint down to breakfast with me and smoke it at breakfast. And I just feel so comfortable. Like I feel like you're never gonna have a bad high here because you're just so comfortable. My boyfriend, who never smoked with me yesterday, and so that proves how comfortable he feels. Find the gum line, stuff it up. Now I'm not nervous about how much weed I go through since I have this whole freaking bag. It is so freaking hard to roll without a filter. Sounds like my boyfriend just got in the shower, which is right behind me. I'll show you this whole room layout. It's so nice. We just got to Coral Cove. This is our room. Super nice. Look how cute. They did our bed. But what I really like is this bathroom. Hi. Because of this shower. How freaking cool. And then you can see our room from above. And wait till you see our view. It's insane. This is the forest view. That's the beach view. We're in the Star Bright room. I think the names are really cute. We're in Star Bright, and then the one across from us is Starlight. Starlight, Star Bright. I will roll a joint tonight. Please, no one judge my joint rolling skills based off my joints here because it's hard. I don't really know what I'm doing without a filter. Oh, also I wanted to mention how I got in contact with this resort, how I knew about this resort. Last Halloween, like Halloween 2023. It's January 2025 right now. So Halloween 2023, I went to a party downtown LA, Puff Dow party, and they were offering, they had like a delivery service they partnered with, and if you ordered from the delivery service, your name got put into a raffle to win a trip to Jamaica. So I bought these $13 joints. I was telling everyone at dinner before the party, like, these $13 joints are gonna win me a trip to Jamaica. And they all laughed at me and they were like, I hope that happens, Shyla. And I was like, it's going to. It's not even a question. I already won the trip. And then I had a few drinks, had a few joints, was at the party. They read the raffle. It was my number. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I manifested the shit out of this trip. I won this trip. And so then once I won the trip, I contacted the resort. The woman who I spoke to, Kiko, she was so sweet, so sweet. And she found out about my Instagram and she was like, well, we really need more content and just like to get the word out about this resort. Hold on. That was just housekeeping. Here is my joint. I told you, not very good, but smokable. What was I saying? Oh, how I won this trip. Talked to Keiko. She found out about my Instagram. They need content and marketing. They got to spread the word. So now you know. This resort is awesome. I'm spreading the word about it. They extended my trip and offered me a bunch of other things that we're doing, like the farm tour, Soundbath, meditation, private dining experience. You're gonna see it all the resort can offer. I'm gonna try and show you everything because it's all so awesome. You should come visit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go take this joint down to breakfast and eat some breakfast. I'll show you how good everything looks. The oatmeal is a free continental breakfast item. Really good. I never eat oatmeal, but this is like, tastes so naturally sweet, I feel like. Is that what you would say?
The oatmeal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, it's kind of plain, but it tastes good.
Yeah, it looks so plain. There's not like...
I think there's a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, I think there's probably a little cinnamon.
But that's really...
And maybe honey.
Yeah, natural flavors.
I love that I feel so comfortable just lighting up my joint at breakfast.
Yo, pimpin'. Write down these words. I build a love song for the herbs. Ready, Roshan? Ready.
I've been out shooting all day, just taking pictures all around the resort. Jeremy's been out kayaking and helping me take pictures every here and there. He's swimming right now. I'm trying to drink as much water as I can. But I was just thinking, I feel like I'm just treating this place like it's my own backyard. I'm going to change my bathing suit so I can take pictures in a different bathing suit. And I'm just leaving my tripod, my camera, my phone, my joint out because I'm gonna come right back to this location. But yeah, that's how comfortable I feel here. It's very nice. It's so nice just to have so much private space too. Everyone just kind of minds their own business in their own little spaces. So I'm loving it. And I'm just smoking as I go. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I already meditated and did a little yoga. Honestly, I'm feeling a tad bit hungover because we went to the grill last night, which was about 45 minutes away. It was very cool. It was clearly the place where most white tourists go. So I'm definitely glad we're not staying there because I don't want to be staying with all those people. They were very obnoxious. But it was still fun. We went to Rick's Cafe, which is very well known for their cliff jumping. The guests can jump, but then they also have like the professional Jamaican jumpers who were like jumping off the sides of the cliffs. One guy jumped off like this really tall, like looked like a plank. It was crazy. We just got a drink at Rick's. It was funny at Rick's too. They had like Jamaican girls dancing on stage and a DJ, and there were so many people. It was very crowded, sticky ground. It was like going to a real bar. It's interesting to see, but I definitely prefer staying here and doing like a little day trip there. I was a little too scared to jump off the medium jump, so I just went off the very small jump. I think it was only like 10 feet. Jeremy did the 25-foot jump, and then he did the 35-foot jump, which was crazy. He said the 35 one, you feel like you're in the air for a little too long. But it was fun. He had a good time. So after Rick's, we went to Ivan's, which everyone here was recommending to us. It's like a little restaurant. It was beautiful. It was at Catch a Fallen Star Resort. It was good, but I think the food here is better actually. But they did have more drink options, so I had one too many rum punches. We had a good time though. It's cool that you can do little day trips from here. We just scheduled a ride with the front desk. They figured it out for us. So they made a reservation at Ivan's for us too. So I appreciate Taj for doing that. And thanks Diane for giving us the recommendation. They're so friendly and nice here. Like if you ask the staff here any questions, they'll happily give you recommendations and tips and whatever you want. So this morning I woke up and I really wanted to see the sunrise, and I did. I caught it. I was out here by 6:30. It's not like you can see the sun go over the horizon here, but there were some really beautiful clouds, and I actually meditated like at the perfect time because I got the first rays of sunlight right on my face as I was meditating. So it was perfect. And then I did a quick little yoga flow, which I needed. I didn't realize I haven't done yoga in a minute because I was gone for the holidays and I paused my membership, and they require a 6-month commitment at my place back home, and I'm moving soon, so I can't commit to 6 months again. So I have been without yoga, and I forgot how much I needed it. My body definitely needed it. I also wanted to challenge myself this morning by not smoking weed until after I did my meditation and my yoga. I wanted that to kind of naturally get rid of my hangover, but it did not. So now I'm using weed. I'm gonna smoke this, and then we have a big food content day today. Maurice is going to give us the whole spread breakfast and like 5 bajillion dinners because he wants to show off all of his dinners. So I'm so excited for that. Something about this weed smells a little sagey. I like it. Purify me. Just finished breakfast. My hangover is completely gone now. After I smoked that joint that I rolled earlier, I woke Jeremy up and we did a little morning swim, which was really nice. I love using the snorkel goggles, but I don't use the snorkel mouthpiece. The mouthpiece freaks me out. I just hold my breath. And I love seeing all the different types of fish. There were so many fish out this morning. My hangover is pretty much gone after that, but then came up, smoked a little bit more of the joint while we had breakfast on our balcony, which was so beautiful. This is the view. Here are our leftovers. We discovered a new fruit. This one. It's a Jamaican apple. I can't remember what it was called. It's pretty good. It's like softer than a regular apple and a little bit sweeter. I would say it's almost like a melony apple. And I also really liked the way he cut the pineapple. I thought this was cool. And then we just pulled it out of the center. Table number 1 out at the pool deck. Table number 2 at this little overlook. Table number 3 at meditation point. This is gonna be a fun night.
Welcome to the Coral Cove Resort. My name is Diane and I'll be taking care of you for the evening.
Thanks, Diane.
Can I pour you some water, please?
Yes, please.
And she didn't know how to tell him she was in love with a Rasta man. Fire was burning and burning to let out what she was holding in. And she didn't know how to tell him she was in love with a Rasta man. Fire was burning and burning.
We just finished our epic dinner photo shoot, and we're finishing off the night by finishing our desserts and champagne. down by the water. They set up this super cool, all these bottles are like on fire all around us with these lights. It's so special, so beautiful. And all the stars are out. We got a perfect night. Pretty cool experience. What else?
We'll show them the stars and the bottles.
Grand Rising. It is Thursday morning. Last night we did the crazy dinner photo shoot, which was the coolest, most unique experience. I'm so incredibly grateful and honored we got to experience that. It was their first time lighting up all the bottles around the area where we finished, where we had dessert and champagne, and where we ended up eating the rest of the food that we didn't eat while we were crazily taking photos. It was so cool. They set up 3 different locations for us to eat at. We did an appetizer at Meditation Point, and it was like a ratatouille Christophe, I think. It's really good, but I only ate a little bit of it because we were trying to get to the pool deck before sunset, and we timed it perfectly at the pool deck. It was so, so beautiful. We did soup, salad, and our entrees there, steak and lobster. Amazing. The lobster was beyond good. The sauce on the lobster was incredible. The food here is so, so, so good. We were kind of joking around. I told my boyfriend I did not want to get engaged here because it was kind of like a work trip, and I just had so much more on my mind. I didn't want to like worry about that. But then my sister was like, too bad you don't want to get engaged there because the private dining experience would be a perfect place to get engaged. And last night when we were sitting around the table, I was like, this would be a pretty epic engagement. But I was also so tired from taking all the photos and just being in the zone. Like sometimes when I'm creating content like that, I just like snap into the zone, and I could feel my body was really tense this morning when I woke up. I think it's because of the swimming, but also just being in the content zone for so long last night. I just really wanted to get good photos for them to show off the amazing food. So I think I did that. I think I got some really good food photos. So I'm excited to show them that. Oh, I forgot one more thing I wanted to talk about. When we were just chilling by the final table eating our dessert, Diane, our waitress who's been here the whole time she's the best. She's given us so many good recommendations. She's so nice. She's so easygoing. We ended up talking to her for a while at the end of the night and just learning more about her and her life and like what she does. She actually goes to the US sometimes and works at resorts there in the winter. So she's been to Tahoe, to Incline Village, and then she was telling us about a crazy road trip she did, and she went and saw a Texas A&M football game, and she was telling us how crazy it was and how she couldn't believe that there were girls crying in the bathroom and just how drunk people got. Embarrassing. But then she was telling us about like Jamaican parties. But I asked if they celebrated 420 here in Jamaica, and she had no idea what I was talking about. And she was like, we do Easter in April, and for them, Easter is like whole entire celebratory weekend. And then she was telling us about how she had been to a party at Blue Lagoon, like a night party at Blue Lagoon, which sounds so freaking cool. So I told her next time we come back to Jamaica, I want to go out with her. I want to see all the local. Oh, what do they call it? Fete. They call it fete, not partying, it's fete. So we're gonna go to a fete with her. Except for she says she doesn't really do it anymore because now she's a mom and she's just busy. Life. Thank you so much, Diane, for everything you did for us. Oh, we also talked to our bartender, Yang. He's the one who brought me the weed from the local grower the other night. And he was telling us we could go visit that local grower's farm, but we were like, we're already going to Tafara Farms today, but next time. And he was like, you could rent motorcycles and go on the back of the motorcycles. You have 2 drivers for you and go to the farm. So that sounds so cool, and I will definitely be doing that next time. Oh, another thing I loved about dinner was like, they really just use what they can get. So like, I think I explained that with breakfast, they couldn't get watermelon or bananas. So like, you just use the fruit you can get. With the lobster, he only had 1 lobster left because they just go out here and catch it. All the vegetables for the salad were from their own garden. But yeah, I woke up feeling really tense. So this morning I rolled a fat joint. I saw some crazy shooting star falling from the sky. I swear to God, it was before I even smoked the joint. I don't know what it is. I can't wait to tell my boyfriend about it and see what his theories are. But I should stop calling him my boyfriend. I should call him Jeremy. That is his name. shooting star. I came and so then I smoked a joint, saw the sunrise from my balcony, and then I just had, I don't know, a drive to come down here and meditate right under where I saw the falling star thing happen. And I feel like I kind of meditated for a second, but I mostly just watched the crab and snail right here. Today we're going to Tafara Farms, which is a local little cannabis farm. We're going with MJ. I'm super excited to meet her and do this whole cannabis farm. I have no idea what to expect, so I'm gonna take you guys along for that too. On the way to Tafara Farms, I did take a little bit of magic mushroom chocolate. Let's see how it goes. Then one side.
Hey baby, don't you worry, even though the road is rocky. Guava leaf, we have leaf of life, we have lemon balm, we have lime leaf, we have fever grass, or what's called lemon grass at home. And I just wrap it all up and I put it together, and we're just going to cut it real quick. And you're cutting it up to just kind of break up the membrane so that it steeps quicker into your tea. All right, gonna put it in here. So this is really, if you were to take this and drink this every day, you wouldn't need to take multivitamins. This is a multivitamin, and beyond that, it's also got immune boosting and anti-cancer cell stuff going on, heart, diabetes. So it's your whole endocrine system is getting medicine with this. Not to mention it tastes really good. So we're gonna just. Who are you? Well, I am the owner operator of Tafara Farm in Negril. We're an organic produce and sacramental cannabis farm. We do farm education as well on sustainability and organic practices here in Jamaica. We've had little kids coming through for farm tours. We do a lot of different things. So we're a community space as well. So people can rent the space for events, weddings, parties, however they want to, whatever they want to do.
Awesome. Thank you. Throw it in the back of this.
Right there where that patch of dirt is was one of the biggest, most beautiful guango trees. Oh. And locals cut it down for coal. Yeah, there was a huge, massive tree there and one over here, which made this whole meadow absolutely beautiful.
Good for cold. You can beat it and squeeze the juice out of it and drink it with honey.
Leaf of life.
Yeah, this is leaf of life.
I want to get some of that.
The life that we live today is one of disconnection, believe it or not. We think that we are more connected because we have all these social platforms and tools that we can use to connect with each other. But what we're actually doing is we're disconnecting from our physical being, from our physical environment. And we are made from the earth. We come from the earth. And if we don't realize that we have to stay connected with the earth, we're actually not living as human beings. We're doing something different. And so it's important, even if it's just for 2 minutes a day, just to allow your body to reconnect. We're water, we're made from the earth. Everything around us is connected and has energy. We know that. So what we want to do is just take a minute, if we can, every day and get a little bit reconnected with that so that we can stay healthy, mind, body, and spirit. If we are disconnected from our organic state, we're not living in balance. And when we are out of balance, our body starts to respond by doing weird things like making us sick. It's trying to tell us that we need to get better and we need to get more balanced and healthy. If you thought that I was lost, I had to bear my cross. Now I'm free from all these chains.
We can go up and around.
You're not lost, right, Damien? Okay, really.
It's small. Smaller and smaller. This might be what she's talking about where we need to go.
A goat, yeah.
Yeah, a goat.
Or a devil.
Ew.
Look at those little horns.
Cool. Yeah, I gotta take a picture of that.
We found him.
This was a test. We passed.
We got lost for a couple of hours, but we just found Rico.
You doing okay?
Did we find?
We ended up walking the goat path.
Otherwise, I just remember and I couldn't go.
Are we on your path?
Oh, little baby one.
Hi. Bye.
Away.
Well, and it's not.
We made it out of the jungle and got a coconut upon our return to the beach. We definitely need the hydration.
Jah knows how I try. God knows my life is one big road.
Yesterday, Jeremy noticed a little bug bite on his foot that seemed a little infected. So Taj gave him some aloe to put on it, and the aloe has been very helpful in making it feel better, and it started scarring over pretty quickly after. The aloe just also feels really good on the rest of the bug bites. Pro tip to traveling to Jamaica, definitely bring bug spray. Uh-oh, the power just went out, so we will be eating dinner by candle and joint light. I just heard the generator go back on. It's so dark. Did you see any good stars? Did you see more stars? Ah!
Oh, there it is.
It's back on.
I think I did. Oh.
Oh,
Got it again.
and it's back off.
Out of gas. This curry goat, dude. People gotta know about this shit.
You should also know that they keep the bone in it, so be careful while you're eating. The kitties like it too. I'm back out at Meditation Point, and I'm going to smoke this joint and write in my journal. I was sitting out here earlier just watching the sunrise and feeling the ocean, and I don't know, I felt a drive to like write down a few things I want to let go of and like leave here. It's a new moon, so it's a good time to let go of things. And after doing my little magic mushroom walk yesterday, I don't know, I feel like there are a few things I want to let go of. Like, for example, I feel like this morning, just trying to meditate out here by myself, I just kept thinking of like all the things I need to do and like going over conversations I already had in my head, and I want to let go of those two things. I want to stop feeling rushed on time when I have like plenty of time. Like this morning, it's only 6:30. I don't have anything going on until 9, so why do I feel rushed? Be able to sit here for 10 minutes and meditate. I put a timer on my phone, and I literally lasted 3 minutes until I started thinking about all the things I needed to do. So like, I really need to work on being like present and just not worrying so much. So those are a few things I'd like to let go of. Smoke the joint, write them down, burn them, and then just chill out here for a little. If I can light this joint. Actually, as I smoke this, I forgot to talk about yesterday. It was a crazy experience. I really, really liked Tafara Farms, and Caitlin from Tafara Farms was really, really awesome. She had so much medicinal medicine knowledge, and so did her colleague Rico. His grandma taught him all about all the medicinal plants on the island, so that was really cool. I picked a bunch of leaves of life. Oh man, I didn't record the last couple of minutes, so I'm just gonna do a little recap. I think I was talking about how the whole trip with how Rico had his grandma's medicinal plant knowledge, and he let us pick all of the medicinal plants. I got a lot of the leaves of life, which they say no matter how wilty or dead or dried out they look, they'll always come back to life if you nurture it. So I think that's really cool. And they say it's like really good for cancer and a lot of other things. So I wish I'd gotten more time on the farm with them to just learn more about the farm and what they're doing. MJ said that Caitlin has a generator on the property, and when the hurricane hit back in February, she was able to keep the whole community powered up just off her generator. And so I think that was so cool, but she was so generous to do that for the community. So I think she's just a really cool person, and I would have loved to stay at the farm more. You can get lunch there and like hang out, and I'm sure you can smoke, so I will definitely be back to do that. But on the walk, I was nervous about taking the mushroom chocolate at first, but then when we were just all sitting around getting ready to go on the hike, I was like, I'm gonna do it. It seems like a good time, like just being in nature and in Jamaica. Like, when am I ever gonna get the chance to have some Jamaican magic mushroom chocolate? So I took the tiniest little bite. If I hadn't known I took the chocolate, I don't think I would have noticed at all. Felt like more present and happy, and like so much more appreciative of the little things in nature. I kept finding these little snail shells, and I thought they were just like the coolest thing. There were so many different colors, like the translucency was different, the size was different. It's just so cool to think like these snails somehow got all the way up in the hills from the ocean, and they leave their shells and find a new shell and like move on. Change of life. So we all have to grow and change and find a new shell that works for us now. That's nice. I didn't even think about that while I was on the walk, but very true. Okay, now I'm gonna write these things down and I'm gonna burn them. I wrote the title, Let That Shit Go, because I need a title for every page. And I'm just gonna write 3 little things that I keep focusing on, that I keep telling myself to let go of this entire trip. Okay, let's burn them. Okay, I'm a little nervous about burning this. Not a little water. What if it catches a big flame? Okay, it's really not catching a big flame, so I feel like I'm okay. I think it's just gonna kind of slowly burn off as I keep burning it, because it's not holding a big flame. Oh, here's a big flame. That looks cool. Now that is satisfying. Alright, I think this was a good idea. This is pretty cool. I feel like this is a good moment to appreciate right now. Burning a few things that I want to let go. Leave it in Jamaica. Let that shit go. Goodbye. I'll give it one last good light. Ah! Ooh, it's cool to see my little words burning. Just got done with lunch. We already had such a busy morning though. I did a sound bath with MJ and forget her name. She said it when my eyes were closed, so it was like in one ear and out the other. I was already in a meditative state. I wasn't in a remember name state. And then I went straight to meet Captain George to go on a little boat tour, and the boat tour was amazing. Maybe the highlight of this vacation. It was just so cool to go out with George. He's so nice. He lives right down the street, which I love that they employ all the locals here. I think that's really cool that like you hire your neighbor to do the boat tours. That's awesome. He inherited his house from his dad, he was saying, and if he sold it he'd be rich, but he thinks he's rich because he gets out and goes on these boat tours every day, and he has his family and his properties. After the boat tour he had to go harvest 150 chickens. I use quotations for harvest, but I like how that's what they call it, is harvesting. That's what you got to do. But it was just cool to go out with him and hear all of his stories. He was telling us about this one place called Hog's Heaven, and the story behind it is that the man who owned all this property originally, he had a bunch of cattle on it. One night he was tending to the cattle, but it got really rainy, so he couldn't drive home, so he just stayed the night in the shed. And when he got home in the morning, his wife was freaking out. She was like, "Where were you all night?" And he was like, "I was in heaven," because he had no wife, no kids, no dogs. He slept like a baby. He loved sleeping down there. And then he started developing down there a personal home for himself. And then other people wanted to do it. So he started selling his land and became rich, and a bunch of people developed on it. That was a super cool story. He was so sweet too when we were out. Saw a bunch of dolphins while we were out, which was so cool. I've never seen dolphins that close. They were so close to us and they were just playing around. It was so cool. And George was like up in the back videoing and laughing. He was just having the best time too. So it was a good reminder to like live like George, because although he had to go home and he had such a big job ahead of him, he just seemed so happy and was so kind to us out on the boat. So I really appreciate him taking us out this morning. And we timed it perfectly too. It was super sunny and beautiful this morning. And as soon as we got back for lunch, it started pouring rain. So I'm so grateful we got out when we did. He also took us to a couple of caves, and in the caves, we saw so many bats. I don't know if I've ever seen bats in caves like that. Actually, maybe once with my family in Idaho or something. Not like this. We literally, first of all, his boat navigating skills are top notch. I was so impressed with how he got into these little caves. At the top of the caves, on this one where he said a lot of the bats go, they just like huddled all together. It was kind of creepy. It was a little gross, but it was cool to see. And you can like see them scratch themselves and clean themselves and try and climb all over the clear caves. It was a little creepy, but very cool. Such a cool experience. What else? He put some fishing rods out the back to try and catch some fish on our way back in. We didn't catch anything, but it was cool to see him set it up. And this one pelican landed right next to us. It was really cool, like super close to us. And George was like, "Oh, he probably remembers that I feed them bait sometimes." So the pelicans are used to him feeding them bait sometimes. So this one like swooped near the boat just because of that. So that was cool. He's friends with the pelicans. I definitely highly recommend that boat tour. And what else? Oh yeah, this morning, starting with the meditation and sound bath and like a little stretch was so nice. The sound bath surrounded by the waves around you. They have meditation point out here. It was so nice, so relaxing. I just felt so present and like light. It was the perfect attitude to go into that boat tour and just like really enjoy myself. During the little meditation sound bath, MJ said something about like channeling your fairy, your warrior. Instead of channeling your warrior woman, channel your fairy woman. It was pretty much like channel your fairy instead of your warrior, because your warrior is always going to be with you, but your fairy self, like present your fairy self first. When you're driving in the car, drive with a smile. Like you don't need to be wrinkling up your face and mad while you're driving. And I thought that was a really good thing to remember, and like go forward with your fairy self instead of going forward with your warrior self. Bring out your warrior self when you need her. She'll always be there for you, and be confident with that. But be your fairy self. And so I feel like I was my fairy self on that boat ride. I was just so happy as a little kid. We're just chilling this afternoon, taking this afternoon as a true relaxation. Our last night here. I'm so sad about it, but I'm already looking forward to dinner. I'm gonna get the curried goat, the cheesecake, and we'll probably get a bottle of red wine too. Celebrate our last night in Jamaica. This trip was so amazing. I'm just feeling so grateful, so relaxed, so positive, so present. Thank you to everyone.
Life is a dream if you got gratitude, so go tell the regime them can't stop what we do now. Information you think on your own, or else you're a slave to the things that you know. What do you know if you learn every day? So be careful of things where you say. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. Hello. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. God provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees, green leaves. Africa in our soul, but Aja in our heart. It is of importance for I and I gather. If we cannot show now a balance that we had, how do we propose then to carry it abroad? Cannot go to Ethiopia and you not have a plan. The building of a nation and a helper on. Every one a lover, one a man is just a man. It shall be a coronation when we land. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. Hello. And I suppose.
Unfortunately, I am all packed up and ready to go. This is the end of our trip. It's our last morning. I just spent a good 20 minutes down at Meditation Point meditating. I washed off my beautiful shell that I found. I'm so excited about that shell. That's the best souvenir. We didn't really go anywhere where we could get souvenirs, so I'm really happy that I found that because that's going to be my little souvenir. I'm debating bringing home this rock that I've been using as an ashtray. It's like the most perfect ashtray rock, but it feels weird to bring a rock home. It's kind of heavy and I need to save as much space as I can, and it feels kind of selfish of me. I feel like I should leave this here for the next person to use, and maybe it'll be here the next time I come back because I definitely want to come back. This has been such a cool experience. I have felt so relaxed. I feel like I unlocked my inner child here. I had so much fun playing with the fish. But as I was meditating today, I was thinking like I live in one of the most beautiful places in the world as well, with modern access for good or bad. And I could totally drive myself down to the beach every morning and do a little meditation on the beach every morning. So I need to bring some of this Jamaican energy back with me to Southern California. I think after writing that shit that I had to let go of yesterday morning, like today when I was meditating, I found myself thinking about things I needed to do, like, oh, I need to go pack, what should I pack this in, and then I was like reminding myself, you have to let that shit go. You just burned that. You have to dedicate this 10 minutes to meditating right now. And so I do think burning that stuff really helps. So I think that was cool that I just came to that on my own. And yeah, I'm feeling so relaxed. I'm so glad after the boat ride yesterday, we just came and chilled at the hotel. It was like the perfect last night. I just read on the beach for a really long time, and that's when I found my shell, so it's a perfect ending. I am gonna miss swimming with these fish though. It's been so cool. But I'm glad that I got used to wearing the goggles because now I can maybe get used to snorkeling. I don't know about snorkeling, but definitely wearing the goggles. I want to buy a pair of goggles in Southern California now, see if there's any fish in our waters. I'm sure it will not be as beautiful as this. All right, final check-in. Just a quick one, just saying how beautiful this has been. I'm so grateful. I feel literally so full of gratitude. That's what I was practicing in my meditation this morning, was just like a very gratitude, heart-opening meditation. And I feel like it really worked. Now I'm gonna head to the airport. Sad, but I definitely will be back. This place has made me feel so comfortable, so at peace, so carefree, and just more appreciative of life. So super awesome trip. Thanks, Coral Cove. I highly recommend a visit to Coral Cove.